Hey everyone, Adam Billings here with Mr. B's Tutorials. Glad you could join me today. I'm going to talk about Google Classroom. I know at USDB we use Canvas a lot. Unfortunately with Canvas, if we're working in the outreach, we can't invite students that don't have a USDB account. So if we're in the classroom, this is really good because most students do have a USDB account, but outside of our schools, we don't. So outreach is kind of left in the dark. So today I thought we'd go over Google Classroom and some of the unique traits there. It's a lot like Canvas. It's pretty simple to follow. And if you have Google or you have a Google account, you have access to it. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll show off this awesome little platform here. I'm going to use my personal account today. That's because if I jump back and forth between the different accounts, my USDB account and the private account, I won't be able to follow with Loom, the screencasting software that I'm using today. So I'm going to use my personal account because I have something created there. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to come up here to the right, this little ice tray over by images, and we're going to find Google Classroom. Go ahead and click on that. This brings up my courses. My first course is it's a mock course that I've created for boat building and Captain Stitch workshops. We're going to click in here, and the course that I'm working on right now is for paddle boarding because our summer camp is supposed to be on paddleboard building. I hope that we're able to do that. But right here, you can tell this is a page that we would kind of see like on our Facebook account, and I can have a header up here. I can change the photo here if I wanted to. I can share out messages to my whole class from this page, and I also have a link to my first assignment. So if I click here, it'll take me to the first assignment, and that's on floatability. So I'm asking them to consider what is a good paddleboard for them. There's a video here that they can watch, and this is just a YouTube link that I've added. Unfortunately, most things on YouTube aren't in sign language, so if I want to do that, and I will in the future, I'll have to create a video in ASL and then upload it to here. But you can access YouTube from this page and put a link there in it, and they can bring it up. And then at the end, I ask them to write down what type of a paddleboard they think they would like to make, and they can add it here in the comments. And these comments would be shown to the entire class so that everybody can read the feed. If they wanted to do a more private conversation, we could open up a Google Doc that's just shared with them. So some of the cool features here, if we go back to the workshop, I can go to the classwork, and I can create things in here. So I've created that course. If I wanted to create another one, I could put in an assignment or a quiz or a question there. And again, materials, and I could repost something that I've used previously. Once I've done that, if I'm inside the course and I wanted to, there we go. Yeah, we wanted to watch the video, excuse me. So I can delete or edit this page. If I wanted to edit it, I could add things to it. Like if I wanted to add a document, I could add something from my Google Chrome if I already had a document created, or I could create my own, and it uses Google Docs to do that. So I could create a Google Doc, a slide, the sheets, or a drawing, or I could make a form for a survey or something. And the cool thing is, if I create this, it automatically creates a folder inside of my drive called Classrooms, and it would give me a title saying Captain Stitch Workshops, and inside there I would have all of this material already saved. So I'll show that to you right now. If I click on Docs and I create this new doc, I'm not going to write anything in it right at the moment, but I will show you where it is being kept. So if I go to File, and I go to move. Ooh, not move to trash. Don't move. Oh, and then move it to trash. Don't you love that? Let's take it out of the trash. It's because my finger was a little too quick happy. But my goodness. So right here, if I click on move, it will, okay, it's in Captain Stitch, and that is inside of the classroom. So if I go to my own drive, it's in classroom here, and it's already created a folder that I can go into, and there's the document right there. So it already creates a folder for you to use and to save things in. And if I ever get rid of the course on the classroom, I still have the content inside of my docs folder. So I can still access all of that information. And you can see it just added it here. And then if I save it, it just adds to the course. That document adds right here. Kind of a cool feature. So if we wanted to build our own, and this was pre-made obviously, so let's go and I'll show you very quickly how to create your own classroom. I have to click back to my personal account so you can follow me through screencast. Okay, again, we're going to go up here to the little ice tray and scroll down to classroom. After clicking there, it takes me to my dashboard. And from here, I'm going to click the plus icon in the corner, and I'm going to create a class. And this notice that comes up is telling me that if I'm using it for a school, my school has to have G Suite for Education, which USDB does. So if you create it with your USDB account, that's perfectly fine. You can invite anybody into it. Again, I'm just using my personal account because I had a course already mocked up for this demonstration, and my screencast won't bounce back and forth. So we're going to say, yes, we understand. If you don't have a G Suite, it's okay as well. But with the school G Suite, it covers our FERPA and those important things that we keep information safe. So we're going to continue there. The class name, we're going to do a baking. Let's do Adam's Baking Tips, right? Because I'm a great baker. The section I want to focus on is frosting. And we're going to break it down even farther, and I'm going to do like buttercream frosting because that's one of my favorite frostings. And then room, I'm just going to do this in the kitchen, but if you had a room number in your house, whatever, you could put that in there. So that creates a shell for this class on my dashboard, and then I can go in and and create, add in all the details. So here it's created my shell, and this is my feed page. It's guessed what baking tips would look like, and it's given me this cool theme, but I can also select a new theme or change this to an actual photo if I'm a really good baker. I can put that in there. And this is my class code. So if I wanted to invite students, I would use this promo code here to invite people in. And I would go to people, and I would add the students, and I could add their email to invite them, or if they were a new student and they were on their dashboard on this page, if I went to my classes, and this is the dashboard. If they went up here to the plus, they could join the class using that code. They would just have to put the class code in here, and that would allow them to join the course. So 2 options to get in. Let's go back into Adam's Baking Tips and see what we can do. So inside here, I'm going to start by creating, just if I were to write a welcome, so welcome to baking class. Let's learn how to make frosting. Okay, just some silly announcement. We're going to post that. Everybody will see it because that's great. Let's go to classwork. this is the work that we want them to do. I'm going to give them an assignment. Find a recipe of your favorite frosting. Okay, and, or I guess I could say find a recipe, and then using web, find the link to your favorite frosting and describe why. And then if I give the assignment, that's what it is. They can find it. I can also, we can look into the assignment. This is, I can add if they've turned it in, if they've done that assignment, or if it's been assigned, if I assign it to somebody who it is assigned to, and then if they've turned it in. So there are some cool features there. And then I can also add, if I wanted to edit or do something else here, I could add in a Google link, a YouTube video. If I had a recipe that I wanted to show as an example, I could link that to it. We could also do Google Doc. If I had the recipe in a Google Doc, we could link all of those there. Okay, kind of a quick rundown on Google Classroom. One reason I think it would be really useful for outreach is because you can create an activity for parents to follow here, and then you could get them to respond using the features of their comments, or you can use a Google Doc and kind of keep a journal with them. But you can create material, post it here where the teachers can access to it into 1.1 shell. You can have different lessons in there, or different weeks, different times that you meet with the student, and keep a log or a record of that. It does it automatically for you. It's easy to plan in here. You can link Google options to it, and have an open dialogue with parents during this time of the COVID-19 scare, and into the future when we work with kids online. So I hope this was a good tutorial for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you have questions of how I screencast this to you, or you want to know more about Loom, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to Matthew Norman at matthewm@usdb.org. And my phone number here is 801-431-5103, or you can email me at adamb@usdb.org. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good